Dear students, welcome to our class on JRF SRF NET 2022 Core NRM 1 Lecture 10. In this class, we continue what we are learning as far as soil science and agriculture chemistry is concerned. These are the fundamental bits. So these are useful in assertion and reasoning type, match the following type, which are really rank deciding questions. So that's why even though these are the basic bits, please try to understand and keep in your memories, okay, all these bits. Now the first bit for today's class is magnesium availability is high when its saturation is 10 to 20% on the exchange complex. Magnesium saturation should not be less than 10%. Ideally, Ca by Mg ratio should not be greater than 7:1. K by Mg ratio should be less than 5:1 for field crops. K by Mg ratio should be 3:1 for sugar beet and vegetables. K by Mg ratio should be 2:1 for fruit and greenhouse crops. Mg is the only mineral constituent of chlorophyll located in its center. Sulphur oxidizing bacteria are thiobacillus, thiooxidans and thiobacillus thioparus. Sulfur reducing bacteria are D-sulfovirio and D-sulfatomaculum. Why I am telling in broken form is fundamentally for JRF, the students who are preparing are from non-English speaking. So that's why, to be very specific in their spellings, I am reading like this. Kindly try to understand. Now, we should encourage every student to compete for the examination to express their talents. That's why. Okay. H2S toxicity to rice roots is referred as echinocchi disease. AKIOCHI. Okay. Anyway, you can spell it. Now, Akioki disease occurs due to the toxicity of H2S and deficiency of iron. So, in trickish questions for SRF, reasoning and assertion and reasoning. List 1 and list 2. List 1, A, B, C. List 2, Roman letter 1, Roman letter 2, Roman letter 3, Roman letter 4. In the answer, they give numerical numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So, in that, these are the bits that a senior professor asked to decide, okay, the ranking of the best prepared student. What is that? For example, once again I read for you. Academic interest. Akiochi disease occurs due to the toxicity of H2S. Everybody knows it. I also read half minute back now. And the deficiency of iron. So they give this point in the reasoning. That's why I am once again requesting my beloved students to prepare like this. Now, S containing amino acids are cysteine, CYS, CYS, TINE, cysteine. Okay, now, and cysteine methionine. Sulfur increases oil content of crops like flax, soybean, and groundnut. See, some of the experiments that were conducted by my students when I was the head of the department include the sulfur treatment to enhance the oil content in groundnut crop, and of course soybean crop I have worked for my Ph.D. Now, sulfhydryl SH group, that's what we call it as SH, capital S, capital H. Before we keep a symbol, okay, minus. Now, it is a group. Sulfhydryl groups in plants are related to increased cold resistance to increase the cold resistance in one of my agrometeorological experiments, because I have spent all my life in agricultural meteorology. We use this group, okay, for cold resistance. What is that? Sulphur hydral group. Now, tea yellow disease in tea occurs due to the deficiency of S. Weeds in 1962 postulated 5 distinct pools of micronutrients in soils. So, what are those 5 distinct pools? In all these pools, molybdenum is present. Okay, so now let us see. Pool A, water soluble ions. Pool B, exchangeable cations. Pool C, okay, chelated or complex ions. Pool D, secondary minerals. Pool E, primary minerals. Of course, okay, molybdenum is present in all these pools. Who had done this particular pools of micronutrients? It is VIETS in the year 1962. 1962. Bits may come in any form, that's why. Now, availability of molybdenum is more in alkaline pH. Availability of molybdenum is more in alkaline pH. Increase in the, of course, soil solution with increasing pH. Now that's right. Zinc is a constituent of 3 enzymes. Zinc is a constituent of 3 enzymes. What are those 3 enzymes? Alcoholic dehydrogenase, carbonic anhydrase, superoxide dismutase. That's what we call it as SOD. SOD. Okay. Okay. Superoxide dismutase. That's what. Okay. Zinc is involved in the synthesis of indole acetic acid. That's what we call it as the most popular IAA. Okay. Metabolism of gibberellic acid and synthesis of RNA. That's why Khera disease, zinc deficiency in paddy, we call it as the Khera disease. This was invented by, okay, my Guruji, late Dr. Y.L. Nine. Okay, he's a wonderful scientist. After retirement from Ag.Met, he started Asian Agri History Foundation, AAHF. He was instrumental and inspiring force behind me, and he asked me to write the book on agriculture heritage for the benefit of the students, a course which was introduced in the year 2016 in the 5th Dean's Committee. Now, so zinc is a constituent of 3 enzymes. That's what we discussed. Because zinc is involved in the synthesis of IAA, indole acetic acid, metabolism of gibberellic acid, and the synthesis of RNA. Now, deficiency symptoms of zinc. Just 3 major deficiency symptoms of zinc I would like to share with you. White bud in maize and sorghum. Khera disease in rice. That's what I told. Y.L. Nine sir is the, okay. It was first reported by Y.L. Nine sir. It's a wonderful, now, wonderful DDG, Deputy Director General of Ag.Met, International Crop Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropic, Patancheru, Telangana. Okay, right. Now, and the third symptom of zinc is the motile leaf or fringing of citrus, brinjal and cotton. So these are the 3 basic symptoms of deficiency symptoms of zinc. Now, shortening of internodes, okay, is a symptom of deficiency of zinc in brinjal and mango. It is called as little leaf. It is little leaf. Even when you go to a crop, paddy crop, particularly puddled and flooded condition rice crop, the zinc deficiency is explicitly seen with leaves relatively smaller. Leaves relatively are smaller and brittle. Internodes are very, very close. Okay, these are the symptoms of Khera disease that I discussed in the classes to come. Now, copper deficiency is often the first nutritional disorder to appear in plant growth grown on a newly reclaimed acid, that is histosalts. Copper deficiency is often the first nutrient. It is seen in the histosalts. Copper is the element highly bonded to organic matter. So it deficient in peat or organic soils. See, copper is an element which is highly bound to organic matter. Therefore, it is deficient in peat or organic soils. So, in the reasoning, assertion and reason, these bits will come. That's why I repeat for your academic interest, beloved students, Cu is the element highly bound to organic matter. So therefore, it is deficient in peat or organic soils, which is explicitly seen, which can be seen. So constituent of a plastocyanin enzyme is Cu, copper. Cu is imparting disease resistance. Copper imparts disease resistance, okay, in most of the crops. Disease resistance imparted by PK, that is the macronutrient, and copper as a micronutrient is most common, okay. Macronutrients P and K, okay. It is copper as far as micronutrients are concerned. Deficiency symptoms of copper, just most predominant three deficiency symptoms of copper I would like to share with you. Male flower sterility and delayed flowering, reclamation disease in and white tip, empty glooms in wheat. Once again, for your academic interest, male flower sterility and delayed flowering, reclamation disease and white tip, empty glooms in wheat. Okay, exantherma and dieback in citrus is also one of the major deficiency symptoms of copper. Now, synthesis and maintenance of chlorophyll in plants is done by iron. The black pigment in Aspergillus niger contains iron. Iron plays an essential role in the nucleic acid metabolism. Okay, iron plays an important role in the nucleic acid metabolism. Deficiency symptoms of iron, just I would like to share with you. Intervenal chlorosis on anger leaves, lime-induced chlorosis. So, these two are the deficiency symptoms of iron. Iron, a component of nitrogenase, nitric reductase and nitrate reductase. Iron is a component of nitrogenase, nitric reductase, nitrate reductase. Molybdenum, it is a component of nitrogenase, nitrate reductase. Manganese, Mn, is a component of nitric reductase, nitric reductase. FeEDTA for acid soils, FeEDTA for calcareous soils, FeHEDTA for alkali soils, FeDTPA for alkaline soils. Manganese has a role in TCA cycle. It has a role. Manganese has a role. Manganese is an integral component of water splitting enzyme associated with photosystem 2. In the photosynthesis, the carbon dioxide is reduced to carbohydrates. Here, the important role played by manganese is it is an integral component of the water splitting enzyme which is associated with the photosystem 2. Now, deficiency symptoms of manganese. Gray specks of votes. Okay, speckled yellow of sugar beet. It is a commercial sugar producing crop in temperate regions. Marsh spot of peas, pahala blight of sugarcane, and frenching of tongue grass. Okay, so these are the deficiency symptoms of manganese. Now let us go to boron. Boron import drought tolerance in crops. Boron imparts drought tolerance in crops. What is drought? Drought is defined as a situation in which crops fail to mature because of insufficient soil moisture. So, under such situations, boron imparts, it imparts drought tolerance in crops. major nutrient that import, okay, as far as major nutrients are concerned, okay, macronutrients otherwise, among NPK, it is K that, okay, import drought tolerant, K, okay, nitrogen, phosphorus, K, that is potassium, K potassium, that imparts drought tolerance in the crop. Boron plays a role in pollen germination and pollen tube growth. Boron facilitates the transport of K in God cells as well as stomatal opening. So these are the functions of boron. Now let us go to what are the major deficiency symptoms of boron. Last 5 points of deficiency symptoms of boron. Okay, heart rot of sugar beet, browning or hollow stem of cauliflower, top sickness disease of tobacco, internal cork of apple, and fruit cracking. These are the deficiency symptoms of boron. We meet in the class number 11 to learn some more things. Thanking you very much for your very patient hearing.